In this video, I'm gonna spill 5 of the warmest, the coziest, and the most cuddliest jazz Christmas intro that you can play for any Christmas song. You might want to stay until the end of the video because I have a little secret that I'm sure you don't want to miss. Welcome back to Kubistra Music YouTube channel. I'm Jakub Saputra, a composer and a jazz pianist. And I know I've been missing in actions for a minute on YouTube, but man, I'm back. So let's play some music. Oh, by the way, you can download this free PDF in the link in the description below. Alright, let's just jump into the first warm and cozy Christmas intro. It sounds like this. This one actually leverage upper structure. Well, most of the intro that I have right here is basically leveraging upper structure a lot. What happened with upper structure is you create some entity on your left hand and you create a different entity from your right hand, but when you combine them together, you come up with a very nice and fat chord. Right, so this one I have a flat 5, E flat 5, and I have a D major triad on my right hand. So it's gonna sound like that. Yeah, that sounds really nice. And then the melody, just try to create a melody out of that. And then this is E flat 7, the shell voicing of E flat 7 with an F major triad on my right hand. And then that's just a melody right there. So like again. And basically this is the same exact thing, but just a whole step lower. Well, it's not exactly, but chord-wise it's the same. This is a D minor 7 flat 5, right? This is a more complete D minor 7 flat 5 because there's the flat 3 here. And then I'm having a D flat 7 shelf voicing on the left hand, and I play a E flat major triad on my right hand. And go back to D flat, and go back to C major 7, 13, and 9. Ah, that's so cozy. Let's listen again. When you play this, make sure that the melody on top sounds really, really pronounced. You really want to bring them front and center in your playing. And you can play any other songs after that. That's a Christmas song, a chestnut. And you can also play it for Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. That will work too. Look how it sounds. Alright, now let's go to number 2. It's gonna sound like this. Yeah, so it's gonna be everything else after that. But the most important thing here is, do you know what it is? It's actually Here We Are. Yeah, I'm stealing, or I'm quoting from the chorus of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. But I'm just not finishing the whole entire song, right? And 2, 5, 1. Yeah, so that's what it is. Yeah, and how about the chord? The chord is actually from F sharp, go to F minor major 7, E, a C major over E, and then I go to B flat 7, and then go to D minor, 2, 5, 1 here, back to C. And no, you don't have to only play it for the song Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. You can play it for anything. You can play it for Chestnut, you can play it for Silent Night. Well, Silent Night is going to be in 3/4, but yeah, you can play it for any other Christmas song. It's not only for Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. You can quote it from everywhere and for anywhere. Yeah, so it's gonna be okay. Yeah, so that's not a problem at all to do that. Before I continue, I just want to say thank you and shout out to Studiologic, who has been supporting me and Kubistra music this year. You actually has been listening to this gorgeous Italian piano sound from this Numa XGT stage piano from Studiologic. Absolute beauty. And also shout out to Audix microphone. Thank you for supporting us. You actually have been listening to this super versatile Audix A231 microphone. And actually, I've been falling in love with this lollipop mic right here. It's called Audix SCX25A. Beautiful, gorgeous, and that sounds just like butter. I've been using this on my baby grand for my acoustic live stream, and it's just blow my mind. So thank you Audix microphone for supporting Kubistra music. And now let's go to the next coziest intro ever. And now let's go to number 3. It sounds like this. So what happened here? It sounds really cool, isn't it? Actually, I'm stealing this from Natalie Tenenbaum. She sings a cover of Human Nature by Michael Jackson, and in one of her arrangements, she played that lick. Right? So I'm just stealing that because it just sounds so cool. So what happened is you basically have a contrary motion outward, start from the 5th of the chord. So from here, and then just abruptly go to C major. This is also explained by Barry Harris, this contrary motion. But it's ended on B flat with 9 sharp 11 13, A minor, and then E7 over G sharp right here. No, not E7, just E major with tension 9 and on G sharp right there. And then you can just go to C right away. Sounds like abrupt, but not really. Actually, that sounds pretty good to me. If you want something that goes directly to G or landed to G, you can just add G at the end. It's gonna sound like this. Not necessarily. I like the first versions better, but if you want to really end up on G, go for it. Or you can actually just go directly to G. Let me see what I can do here. That's a little bit faster. Go to G faster. So or that's also a possibility. That's another possibility that you can do. That's the left hand. And then you can, yeah, sounds pretty cool. So now let's go to number 4. It's gonna sound like this. Pretty awesome, right? It's basically just D minor, go to B flat 7. If you are asking like, what does B flat 7 do right here? It's actually also happened in the second intro, number 2. The B flat 7 here act as what we call a backdoor dominant. So it's actually a variations. Instead of play D minor, G, C, G, right? Usually we play G and go to C. B flat can also be an option to replace G7. So you can play D minor, B flat, 7, go to C. Yeah, usually it's actually using a Lydian flat 7. Yeah, that's very, very Christmas for some reason. I know it's just like jazz. It's just a harmonic language of jazz. But for some reason right now, maybe I feel so Christmassy. That's why B flat 7 so Christmassy to me. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I love it. So before we go to the last one, as I told you, I have a little secret. Behind your back, I've been preparing to launch my online jazz course. It's going to be launched in January 2025. So if you feel lost on how I created this jazz intro, or you are not sure of all the jazz terminology that flies around this video, don't worry, because this jazz course will answer all of that questions for you step by step. Because in this course, you will not only learn about the jazz theory, but I will also show you how to put the theory knowledge into practice. It will definitely gonna bring your improvisations game to a whole new level. If this sounds great to you, click the link below for the early sign up and you'll get the first tip and extra bonuses for signing up early. So now let's go to number 5, all right? It's gonna be the last one. It's gonna sound like this. It's pretty cool, right? So what is it? What is it? So for this one, I'm actually quoting from I'll Be Home for Christmas. So if one of the line is right? So that's where it comes from, but I just modify it a little bit. So I don't know what is this. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. It's actually, I think I'm just gonna try to justify it by, oh, I know what I'm doing. So it's a 2-5-1 to A minor. So B minor 7 flat 5, and this supposedly is an E7 with tension flat 9 and 13. But actually, to call it an E7 is not entirely correct, because E7 will need a flat 7, right? The D. But I omitted it because I want to have this nice sonority right there with an upper structure of D flat major triad on the top. And then here it's a B flat 7 with tension 9, sharp 11 and 13, which is the substitute dominant to A minor. And this is an A flat 7, which is another substitute dominant that goes to the G7. But the G7 here, I delay the resolutions by using a sus4. And then another upper structure, which is an E flat major triad on top of a G7 shelf voicing. It makes a very nice G7 sharp 9 and flat 13 chord. And go to C major 7 with tension 9 and 13. It's pretty cool, isn't it? You can actually try this to any song, any Christmas song actually. I don't see the problem to just coding another song like I'll Be Home for Christmas for Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. There's no problem. Or coding Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas and coding it to an I'll Be Home for Christmas. That's okay. That's totally okay. I will play something like this. That sounds pretty good. In fact, all these 5 intro can be used to any Christmas song and even as an outro to any Christmas song. And actually, it's not only for Christmas, for any jazz song actually. But yeah, there you go. You can try that and have that warm and cozy feeling using all this very fat, juicy chord. If you give it a try, don't forget to tag me so I can repost it to everybody.